Welcome everybody. Thanks very much for tuning in to this WealthBoss 10 Days and Counting webinar. Well, hope you're all well. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat as I log in and just see, it takes a few seconds to populate, see who's coming into the room. Let us know who's here. Go to the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. And we'll just give it a minute or so to allow people to come in on the scheduled time. We've got an awful lot of people registered for this particular webinar. Some will be here live, some will be recorded, but I think we have nearly 330 people or so registered. So the momentum is building. In case you have been somewhere hiding in a dark room under the stairs somewhere, there is a large global event taking place in Mexico City, in Mexico itself, for WealthBoss. If you're wondering what all the fuss is about and who WealthBoss is, well, very simply, this is a company that has been in pre-launch for 8 months. They have not missed a beat. We're going to tell you what that beat is, but payments every single day that you can withdraw straight to your bank, or you take it and compound it. We'll get into that. But the company has decided to separate its trading division from the marketing arm, and hence WealthBoss has been created. And WealthBoss will be launching, as I say, on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of March in Mexico City. Hi to Pia in from the UK. Tim, hi, welcome. Robert Skinner's here from Vancouver. Clay Morrison, Tina Day. We've got, just watching this as it scrolls through, Clay Morrison, welcome Clay. Mr. Kerwin from Palm Springs, welcome Roger. Dennis Paulson's here. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Welcome to Marco. Now, I'm not going to spend too long welcoming people. We've got a lot to cram through in 30 minutes. What you need to be aware of what's happening is we've got 10 days and counting until the event, and every day you're going to see something going on. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to rattle through this presentation. The reason I'm going to rattle through it is that it is available in the Global Wealth Academy. It's going to be available, or is available, in your back office. If you have one, if you've not yet joined, then this is going to give you a 7 to 8 minute overview. It's going to be fast, but remember, you're going to get a recording of this presentation, so you can go back to it and you can watch it at your own pace at any time. The recording will be out to you within 2 hours of this start time. Now, what are we going to cover? Well, really, I'm going to go through this presentation, but before I do that, what I want to do is just touch base on what this business is about. Before we start talking about disclaimers and things like that, let's cut it down to the bare bones, the simplicity for everybody to understand, because I don't believe there is anything out there, online or offline, that is as simple as this business is for everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean people that are 18 years of age and people that are 90 years of age. So it is perfect for everybody. Why? Because you don't really have to do anything. There is no joining fee. There is no monthly fee. There is nothing that you really need to do. Once you've gone in and your upline has shown you around the back office, and we'll talk about the new back office in a moment, saw that yesterday, wow, you're going to love it. But going on from that, there's nothing for you to do. You are leveraging some highly skilled traders based originally in Colombia. They've now opened up new headquarters in Mexico City, soon to have offices and trading rooms on the West Coast in California to deal with high net worth individuals that want to trade from that side of the USA. But very simply, you're buying trading packs. You can buy 1, you can buy 5, you can buy 50, you can buy 5,000 of them. It's entirely up to you. They equate to $40 in Bitcoin per pack, and then that's all you're doing. You're putting your foot forward, buying your packs, letting the company trade them for you, and you log back in on a daily basis and see what the trading profits are. Then you have a simple decision. Do I withdraw my money and spend it, or do I compound it and buy some more packs? So gradually, as I compound, my daily returns get bigger. This is not money games. This is not crypto bots. This is nothing the likes of which you have seen before, unless you're already an Eyeline member. This is allowing a very well-established, highly experienced trading division who've been doing this for years to take your money, trade it for you, and generate what we know is at least a net 20% profit. Now, there are no guarantees. The space, of course, is volatile, but what I can tell you is I've been involved for the last 8 months. We've got involved because one of our close friends and business colleagues took the time and trouble to go and see what all of you are going to be able to see at the live event. How are you going to be able to do that? Well, we're going to live stream it. So you can sit in the comfort of your living room and take a closer look at what's going on. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. We'll talk about smelling the roses, looking at what's in front of you. I'm going to talk to you about how you are going to be able to see the transparency and validity of what this company is doing. No more is there a veil of, is it real? Are they really doing what they say they're doing? How are they generating this profit? Is this too good to be true? All of that is about to go completely. You are going to be able to tune in and see these guys in their trading rooms doing what they do to generate these profits for us on a daily basis. Once you've seen that, I promise you, there really is no other questions. Maybe, can I do this? And I've already said, this is for everybody, absolutely everybody. So let me go through the slides. This is going to give anybody that's here for the first time, and bearing in mind a lot of people, over 330 people registered, will be picking up this recording. I'm going to race through this, and then we can go on and talk about the event itself coming up very shortly. I want to be out of here for you, so I'm not keeping you too long, literally in 30 minutes. Okay, the secrets of the wealthy. Let me read you this disclaimer. This presentation has been prepared solely for informational purposes and is not an offer to buy or sell or a solicitation of an offer to buy or sell any security, product, service, or investment, nor is it intending to provide tax, legal, or accounting advice. Investments in the crypto markets should be considered high-risk placements. The opinions expressed in this presentation do not constitute advice, and independent advice should be sought from a suitable qualified professional relative to your personal circumstances. Now, the first principle of wealth creation, starting from the outside and looking in, is to become an investor and put your money to work so it makes you more money. Now, it's been stated many, many times by experts all around the world that 97% of people work for just 3% of the population, while that very same 3% own 97% of the wealth in the world. Very, very imbalanced, but we'd like to do something about that. Now, the secret, according to Robert Kiyosaki, author of The Cash Flow Quadrant, excellent book if you can get hold of it, is to get to the investor quadrant. That simply means that you're in that bottom right quadrant that you see on screen and use your money to create passive income. Now, the second principle of wealth creation, and many of you have seen this example before, but it really, every time I look at it, it amazes me. You can take a penny a day and double it and run it for 30 days, and it would become $5.3 million in those 30 days purely by the power of compounding. Don't take my word for it. After this, do the maths. 1 penny a day doubled, 5.3 million. So it's really important to understand compounding when we talk about WealthBoss. Now, the secret to the wealthy are the following simple steps. Put your money to work so it creates passive income. Compound your profits to accelerate wealth creation, and then simply repeat the process. And we're going to show you how you do that. Where can you put your money to work? Well, one option is Wall Street. $10,000 in the S&P 500 in 2010 would be worth now approximately $24,800. Not bad. Where else can you put your money to work? Well, what about gold? Well, not so good. We've had a lot of conversations this week about gold and people that have been in it some time. $10,000 purchased back in 2010 would be worth only $8,900 today because it's taken a backward step. Where else? Well, what about the bank? The good old banks where we have money in our savings account where they pay us absolutely nothing for having it sat there. The same $10,000 tucked away in your favorite banking institution from 2010 now will be worth a mighty $10,048. The $48 you could go out and maybe, if you're lucky, fill the car with some petrol or gas, depending on where in the world you live. Where else can you put your money to work? Well, check Bitcoin out. $10,000 in July 2010 would be worth over $812 million today. A little bit of hindsight can be a good thing sometimes, huh? The cryptocurrency space is one of the most exciting and lucrative ways to build wealth and cash flow right now. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies using blockchain technology are the next financial revolution. I promise you, tip from me, it's not going away. You may not understand it, but you don't need to. I promise you that. You do not need to understand it. Governments, banks, and large corporations are all investing in blockchain technologies. We hear new companies every day. Large institutional investors like hedge funds are also investing in cryptocurrencies, and we're waiting for the SEC to make a big announcement where that money is going to come flooding in. Now, the total coin market capitalization, market cap as we refer to it, of cryptocurrencies grows every year. You can see what it was in 2013 and look at where it is now. So if you don't think this is happening, think again. This is about money that is traded in this arena. $1,000, as it says here, invested in the top 10 cryptos in October 21st, 2015, gained value of almost 7,514% in 3 years. You'll see down the left-hand side, Bitcoin, Ripple, which is XRP, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dash, and so on, right the way down. If you put $1,000 in those 10 cryptos back in October 2015, look at where you would have been. I understand, very easy. It's a punt at that time. It's no different to thinking, shall I put some money in orange juice, and then finding oranges have become extremely rare and the price of those have gone through the roof. Foresight is a great thing, but we have an opportunity now where the price is low to get in. It's inexpensive. It's probably as low as Bitcoin has been for a long, long time. Why is that a good thing? Well, you can get in, you can buy small parcels of it, as you're about to see, and let WealthBoss start trading it for you and generate up to a 70% return in a year. Yes, 70%. No guarantees. That's why I read the disclaimer, but that is what they've done consistently every day for the last 8 months. How can you make profits with Bitcoin? Well, you could, if you wanted to, as I've just said, buy cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and hold it for long-term gains. But you've got to know how to get in. And then, it's sat there. The only way you're making money is for the price to go up. You could mine it, but mining is very expensive and non-profitable in Bitcoin at the moment. The mining costs outweigh the profits that you can derive. Nobody is making money mining Bitcoin. So clearly that's an indication that WealthBoss do not have everything centered around mining. Trading. Well, trading can be risky if you don't know what you're doing. It requires knowledge, skill, and time. Or you can leverage and automate, as we indicated right at the start, the wealth creation process by earning Bitcoin on autopilot. Reduce your risk by letting the experts who know how to create wealth in the crypto space grow your Bitcoin, and you have an ability, this is really important to understand, you have an ability to stop at any time and withdraw your capital. Click of a button and your money will be returned to you. How important is that? This is not a profit share pooled bonus simulation. Maybe one day down the line I'll get some money. This is your own trading account. You decide how many trading packs you want to buy. They trade them for you. You get up and drink your coffee, log in, and see your profits in the morning. Does that sound too difficult to do? You can take advantage of this new Bitcoin opportunity offering the following. As I've said, you can multiply your Bitcoin. The packages that you buy, they're equivalent to $40. As I said at the start, you can buy 1, 5, 50, 5,000, 100, 10,000 of them, entirely up to you. But they'll multiply by up to 170% in a year. It's, as I've said, $40 to get started, $40 for one trading pack. It earns benefits that are paid daily, and you can withdraw your money every single day, or you can compound it. How's this possible? Well, the secret to trading profits is to buy low and sell high. No different. If you went and bought a car at auction, you're buying it low, you might clean it up a little bit, and then you're going to sell it at a higher price. And the bit difference between is your profit. So here you're going to leverage licensed traders and brokers using multiple strategies to generate those trading profits. Main source of revenue is what we call the large off-the-book Bitcoin trades with higher profits and less risk. Probably something that most of us don't even know takes place. So what are off-the-book trades? Well, they're typically peer-to-peer transfers of Bitcoin. Billions of dollars of off-the-book trades occur monthly around the world. You buy large quantities of Bitcoin from miners and other sellers at 2 to 10% below the market value. And then you sell to clients that you've already got lined up and relationships that you've built over the years, such as Bitcoin ATMs, online gaming companies, etc., where you sell the Bitcoin at 5 to 20% above the market value. The bit in the middle, the difference between the two, are your profits. So let me tell you about WealthBoss. Well, founded by people who have created more than 10 companies in 16 years that have attracted hundreds of thousands of customers globally, generating hundreds of millions in sales. They have offices in probably the most difficult place in the world to register a business, and that's North America, and obviously offices in Central America. We've talked about the event that's taking place in Mexico City. And there is an in-house IT marketing team with over 25 years experience. The licensed professionals have got over 15 years trading experience in the foreign exchange and crypto markets, working with high net worth individuals. That was all prior and still current to deciding to expand their business internationally via word of mouth, via networking. The company owns their own crypto wallet, exchange, coin, trading platform, and mining facilities. But as I've said, the profits that they generate for your trading packs are largely based around the arbitrage trading, which is buying Bitcoin low and selling it high. Let me talk to you about the pack itself. These 40 little bundles of gold. They're not gold, they're Bitcoin. But $40 Bitcoin packs, which you purchase each day in Bitcoin. It can only be bought in Bitcoin. We have many solutions if you're not sure how to do that, as to especially with the new website, which is going to enable you to literally load up your fiat currency and exchange it across into Bitcoin. Prior to that, and that will be live on the 4th of March, there are many other ways you can do that. Your Bitcoin pack gets divided instantly into 50% of the capital goes to the trading company, for the trading company to earn you up to 0.66% a day for 365 days. With the capital, that initial price that you paid in Bitcoin returned to you at the end of the 12 months. Just think about that. If you were thinking and all sitting on Bitcoin and holding it, and you want to see what happens in the coming year, and you're expecting the price to go up, and it's sat in your wallet doing nothing, then that's one option. The other option is to buy your packages, let the company generate you up to 0.66% a day, and then return those trading funds back to you in the year as well. So you're getting a double whammy. You're getting the best of both worlds. The money's just not sitting there doing nothing. The other 50% is allocated to the marketing and operational costs of the company. Earnings are paid in daily, which I said, in Bitcoin, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. And I can tell you, they have never missed a single day. You can withdraw your earnings daily. You need a minimum of $10 in your wallet. That's where your pack profits get delivered to. And you have the potential to earn daily earnings on autopilot, literally on autopilot. Click of a button, you can tell the system that when there is enough money, enough to equal $40 in your wallet, it will buy another pack for you. You do not need to touch it. It doesn't get easier than this. Seriously, guys, it really doesn't get easier. you make a decision, you buy your packs, you turn on autopilot, and you log in and take your money when you want it. Every effort has been made to create a model that is legal and compliant. You can stop the trading, as I said, at any time and withdraw your capital. Your Bitcoin pack trading allocation is held in a licensed trading company. You are in complete control, and there is going to be an independent regulatory audit done every single month to confirm that the company is holding the right amount of Bitcoin in the trading accounts, i.e. the total number of packs have been purchased by the members. There should be the equivalent amount that is needed in the trading account, and there is going to be an audit to prove that every single month. Putting your mind at rest now? Should be. You can choose how you want to be involved. You can either buy as many Bitcoin packs as you wish and begin earning daily, or as you bring those profits in and you see them every day, you simply compound, and you might compound all of it, or you may have a facility in your new back office where you can set the percentage and say, well, maybe I would like to put 75% of my earnings back in and do that automatically for me, please, and I'll take the balance out. Maybe that might be a nice feature to have. So how do you get started today? Well, you get back to the person who shared this with you. They will share you the details of the company and how to take full advantage of what's on offer. You can register a free account. It costs you absolutely nothing to join. There are no monthly subscriptions. Are you starting to ask yourself, why would I not do this? Doesn't cost me anything to join, nothing to pay each month. I can look around for 7 days, but after those 7 days, let me tell you, if you have not bought at least one pack, your account is flushed, gone, purged, removed, and you have to register all over again. Now, there's a big downside to that, which we'll explain in more detail at another time. Okay, thanks very much for that. I'm going to just flick through and back to the screens. Thanks for listening in. Let me just recap on what we've told you here. Okay, what we've told you is that there is a business out there now that has been around. They've been trading as experts for over 15 years. Somebody, and I'm not mentioning any names here, that was having that company trading for them, went to them and said, look, I'm in the networking space. Wouldn't it be great if we could allow the masses, the people like you and I, to get involved in this? That, long story short, is how this came about. And we now have a position where we can leverage these guys. Can you imagine having a situation that exists where somebody is going to work on your behalf with those skills and generating you funds day in, day out on autopilot? Now, that sounds a little bit to me like a scenario where you've got the packs that you want. Now, we wouldn't have got involved, as I said right at the start, had one of our colleagues not gone all the way through to meet the guys in the trading room. And I think the only question that you can should be fine.
Awesome.
All good? Hopefully everybody can hear me. If you could just put a yes in the chat. We had a bit of a blip on the with the signal. Just want to make sure you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not sure. I think it might be we're right in the middle of a cyclone at the moment, high winds, etc. So I think that may have been interfering with the Wi-Fi that we've got running. The only if you look at this, what you have in front of you here, you have an absolute goldmine, an opportunity that I have never seen the likes of. And I've been involved in a number of online businesses, and many of you may have done the same, where we've had things similar that have sounded great, but ultimately we've had to take our money, we've had to send it to a company, we've had to hope and pray that they do the right thing for us and that they return our profits. And sometimes that ends up extremely well, other times not so well. Here, you have an opportunity to make a decision. Do what a smart investor would do, and that is to get in to buy a comfortable amount of packages, but give yourself a start. I bought 10 to start with, $400. I wanted to test this. I wanted to see that it really was doing everything that I've just told you that it is doing. And then what would a smart investor do? A smart investor would then say, right, let me watch this for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, whatever is comfortable, and then make a decision to put in the intended amount. Ramp it up. Go to the figure that you actually had available in the first place. And let me tell you, because of what's going on in Mexico, I'm going to talk about that right now, there are people coming in with massive sums of funds. Why? Where else can you generate a 70%, up to 70% return on an annual basis for doing nothing? Can you go and buy some stock that's going to give you that? That's highly speculative. What we're showing you here is a return that they've not missed yet on a single day for the last 8.5 months. 0.66% has been delivered. Multiply that by 30 days in a month. I think it's 240% as you run through calculating your pack costs. Now, what's going on? Let's talk to you about the only reason that you may not feel comfortable about doing that is that you cannot see this for yourself. How, if this sounds too good to be true, is it? Is that the question? Well, what is stopping you? Can you do it? Well, I've told you, it's easy. You just buy your packs and your upline will show you how to do that. We can show you that with training videos. It's so simple, honestly. Buying the packs is not the problem. Do you need to know anything? Do you need to be educated in the space? Do you need to have a certain amount of knowledge? Absolutely not. So the only thing that could stop you from deciding, yeah, I'm in, because if these are the returns that it's possible for me to get, it's great to see these messages coming in the chat. Piers just put in there, I started with 5 packs compounded and now have 86 packs in 6 months and compounded and compounded. The more packs you have running, the more trading they're doing for you, the higher the returns. We don't get access to this opportunity, but the only thing that might prevent you is this real? Are these guys really doing this? Are they generating these profits? So what about if at the live event on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of March that you can, from your armchair, plug into, what about if you could see the trading rooms, meet the traders, meet the corporate team, go into the new headquarters in Mexico City, see all the trading screens. We can interview the traders on camera and give you an understanding of how it is that they are doing it. The alternative is get there yourself. There's nothing like your own validation, and we know that. We're flying all the way in 21 hours because we want to have that experience. We want to see these guys doing this job that they've done, as far as I'm concerned, for the last 8 months, but they've done for 15 years. And it will give you such confidence that when you watch the live event that we're going to stream all the way through the Saturday the 2nd of March, you can hold an event party, invite your friends around and tell them that Lee's just told me this is fantastic and you need to come around for pizza or sandwiches or beers or whatever you want to put, but come and watch this, because I promise you, you will have never seen anything like this. You may have heard of things similar, but you will have not have seen it with your own eyes. You will have never seen a business that is going to give you such complete and utter transparency, where you can see how those profits are being made, join the dots, and understand that when you're sipping your coffee in the morning and you log into your back office and see that there are more profits there, you then know why and how they're there. In the chat, the very first message that was put in tells you how to get your tickets. There are 2 links there. One is a long link straight through to Eventbrite. The price for streaming to your own room is $35. You want to get your ticket soon. If you're already in this business, you want to be sharing it with your downline and getting them to get their tickets soon, because we can only have 1,000 people streaming it. That's not a lot of people. That could be 10 people with a downline of 100. Could be 100 people with a downline of 10. Doesn't take many to fill that up. So go back to the link in the chat here. Use the chat links. There is another link which I'm going to give you. It's not quite as seamless as the first one. It is Get My Ticket Live. Kerry will probably type that back in now somewhere in the chat. GetMyTicket.live. GetMyTicket.live. If it doesn't load when you first get to the page, just hit refresh. Okay? That's it. Perfect. Just hit the refresh button and it will load for you. It's because we're forwarding that domain name of Get My Ticket to Eventbrite, but that's where you go to get your ticket. The best part about this, and I've not even talked about this, is the feel-good factor for 2 reasons. The first feel-good factor is you do nothing other than put your foot in and say, I'm in. I want to buy this number of packs. And when I've bought those packs, I decide whether I take my money out or I compound and I allow my profits to grow and grow. Remember, right at the beginning, one of the secrets of the wealthy was compounding. If you can compound, and of course the important part is you want to take back your initial starting equity, but give yourself a chance. Get the account running, let it grow, get it running for maybe your choice, but 3 months, 6 months. Start to see it compounding, then pull back your equity. These guys, I promise you, are not going anywhere. Do we have a guarantee of that? Do we have complete control over the complete regulatory system in the world? No. Could the SEC in 3 years' time deem, as Bitcoin starts to evolve, that this company can't continue in the form that it's in? Yes, that's perfectly possible. Does this company already have a plan B, an exit strategy for that eventuality? Oh, yes, they do. They know that they're not in control of everything. And they've already planned for that, a simple but good quality exit strategy if it was ever needed because of compliance regulations that may change in the future. That is sensible planning. No company can promise you that things are guaranteed, that they'll be there in 10 years' time, because they are not the only people that have an effect on their business. But what I can tell you is the model is right. It works. They generate the profits. We know how they do that. And of course, we're going to see that. You have the chance to see that yourself. Okay, so there's the first thing. Second thing is the second part of the feel-good factor, and I'm being told to wrap this up, is this. I've got to tell you this. Every trading pack you buy goes to help a hungry person around the world. $2 are taken from it. And if you haven't seen the pictures, they're in our Facebook group, the Facebook group, Global Wealth Academy. I've put in the chat here right at the start. 50,000 meals were given out between the corporate team, the volunteers, and Meals of Hope in California last weekend. 50,000 meals prepared for people that are in need and the hungry, that are in the fire-stricken areas of California with nothing, no homes, no food, no blankets. What you can know going forward is for every trading pack you buy, you are providing a meal for a hungry person somewhere in the world. This company has a huge heart. That I love. I love encouraging people to buy more packs for that reason alone. Okay, we're 3 minutes past this half-hour rapid session. Please remember that you have got a recording on its way to you. Get that recording out to everybody you know. Let them watch this webinar. There will be 9 days from tomorrow and counting. We're going to try and hit you with a wealth of information. The most important thing that you can do now is get back to the person that invited you here to watch this. Get started. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything to join. You can look around for 7 days. In fact, you can look around for up until the 11th of March, because that's the date, 4th of March, the new website gets turned on. You'll have 7 days from that point, and you'll be there till the 11th. After that, you're gone. You're gone. You get removed. So there's no loss. Get in, ask the questions, take a look. But most importantly, the only time you're going to have the belief is when you see what those at the event are about to see. The transparency of how these guys do this, and the only way you can do that is to get your ticket. Go to, one last time, getmyticket.live. Getmyticket.live. Get your tickets, get to the event, and we will do the job of educating for you. Thanks very much for tuning in, and watch out for more information tomorrow.